What's up, you guys? It's your boy Legendary Z, and today I am here with another Dragon Ball Super video, and we're going to be talking about the rules that were explained in episode 81 about the Universal Survival Tournament. So I'm going to hop right into that and let you guys know what's going on, what I think some of these rules might mean, and what some of these subliminals mean, at least to me, from what we saw with the way the Grand Priest explained stuff. So first off, the rules in the tournament, I'll go over those first. There's no killing. You can't kill your opponent. They didn't really explain what happens if you do kill, but I guess it's against the rules, so I'm assuming a disqualification, or maybe you'll be taken out of the match. I don't know. We didn't get any clarification on that yet. Knockouts don't work. You can't knock your opponent out. You've actually got to take your opponent, if you do knock them out, and toss them over the stage out into the area of void. Now, also, unlike in the preliminary tournaments where we saw Basil when he pulled out that drug from the Supreme Kai over there in their universe, in Universe 9, this fight this time around in this tournament, you can't use any outside weapons or drugs, so there'll be no doping, as they call it, or no popping anything. And I wonder if that won't allow Frost to use poison, which I'm assuming not, since that's technically a weapon. I mean, it's a part. I don't know if that's really a part of his body. I forget how they explain that, but so we know there aren't going to be any weapons outside of just your own power. Now, also, the big rule that everybody's wondering about, there's no flying in the area of void. I think it means more so, people aren't allowed to fly, so the ability to fly is maybe gone in that area. It's something maybe of the Grand Priest or Zeno's power, that they can maybe do that to the area where it's not allowed. But what we see in the opening with Goku facing off with Jiren, when they look like they're high up in the sky or up in the arena, I'm pretty sure it's just like in Dragon Ball and past fights where they start fighting and they just jump really, really high. So that's what I'm going to assume that's going on there. I don't think they're flying in that area, even though their ki is going off and everything, and you can see the aura around them. I'm assuming it's just their power, and they're just jumping really high up, and they're just having really quick fights up there. Because if you think back to Dragon Ball, even with like Krillin and Master Roshi, they've had fights in the sky before. Goku versus Piccolo, all that back then. They were fighting in the sky back then before any of them really even had the ability to fly. Now, with the tournament, all 80 warriors are going to be in there at one time. That's one thing, all 80 at once. So it's going to be a pretty big fight going on. So the stage is going to be huge if you think about it. So it's probably going to look a lot bigger once they're there. Like you're going to see the scale, like an actual comparison to people. So there's got to be enough space at least for them to fight and to hold 80 people. So there's going to be a pretty good amount of area. And you can probably assume there's going to be a few fast eliminations just from people who aren't too strong, or some of the weaker universes, like you see Universe 9. They're not weak and completely, but they're not the strongest. So I could definitely see them getting taken out by a really strong universe real quick and getting tossed out. It's definitely a possibility, so it can kind of clear up space quick. The tournament's going to run for a total of 100 talks, or 48 minutes in human time. I guess talks are God time, whatever they run on. You saw the calendar before with Zeno and the way they look at their days and all that. It's ridiculous how they remember a date, but that's what gods do, I guess, in Dragon Ball. So it's going to run 48 minutes, and it's going to have all 80 men at one time. And the way the tournament is going to be decided is going to be set on either you're going to have one man left standing from out of all the teams that's just left over who won the tournament. So say it's Goku in there with 79 other men, and Goku's the last one in there, Universe 7 gets the W. Now, if there's more than one person left on the field at the end of the 48 minutes, say there's 3 from Universe 9, 4 from Universe 6, 7 from Universe 7, and 1 from Universe 11, then the universe with the most people left on it, as they show here, the universe with the most people left on the platform are considered the winners. Now, a lot of people are worried about, how Goku might do in the tournament because teamwork isn't his thing. You saw that in the episode with Beerus and Whis when they were talking about that. But as you can see, Goku is relying on Gohan. And Gohan is a really good strategist, and they're going to have Piccolo there as well. So you can assume maybe they're going to be like a co-captain type of deal going on, because Piccolo really does, in Dragon Ball, if you watched over time, he's always had an influence on the major plans they use to go forward against a villain. Say when Goku's not there, or they're kind of lacking in power, but Piccolo makes for that in brains. So you can definitely see that's rubbed off on Gohan, obviously. And Gohan's a pretty smart guy anyway. I mean, thanks to Chi-Chi, I guess that's one good thing she's done. So relying on Gohan, and I'm assuming Piccolo is going to be pretty, make things a lot easier for them. And then they got guys like Tien and Roshi and Krillin. So I don't really see teamwork being too much of an issue here. They're going to know what to do. It's just going to be more so as like how to scale the other people's power and see who's set against who. And I feel like that's just going to be how the tournament's going to have to just work out, and they're just going to have to be strong enough to be prepared for anything. One thing I want to point out is the Grand Priest's face during his explanation of the tournament, when they were worried about that many fighters at one time. The look on his face when he said, "Don't worry, we will make a big fighting stage." I feel like, that just the look on his face, that's kind of an underlying theme that we've been seeing with the Grand Priest. He always looks like he has something going on, like, just something in his mind that he's got set to do. So I'm pretty sure Grand Priest has something set, and this is what I think. This is my prediction now, guys. For Grand Priest in this tournament, for his interest to be so high, and for him, it seems like almost he's setting the rules, because we've seen Zeno say nothing almost. And I don't think Zeno really has the mindset to really go ahead and set rules like that for this tournament. So I'm thinking, after seeing Goku, I think he wants Goku, and this is why I say this. With the elimination process in this tournament being so different from the preliminaries, with it being over the top rope, one, that puts Goku at a disadvantage. Two, the reason I think Grand Priest wants Goku, and more than just Goku, in this tournament, I feel like when you get tossed off for that elimination in the area void, unlike the tournament with Champa and Beerus over the Super Dragon Balls, that Universal tournament, you're not just going to get up and go back to your seat and, wait for your team to either win or lose. I feel like when you fall off into that area void, you're either going to be stuck there, or something's going to be, it's basically going to be an entrapment for the people, the Warriors get stuck there. Like, you got to think about this. Each universe is bringing their 10 strongest warriors that they can find. Grand Priest, they never really explain how he is so strong, and his looks are a little bit deceiving. I feel like Grand Priest has some type of ability, and he's been around long enough to where maybe this is what happened with the first 5 universes, or 13 to 18. I feel like Grand Priest, once people get eliminated, he's going to have some type of ability where he can absorb the power of the people who are pulled in. He can do something to where he is able to basically make their abilities his own, or just at least harness their power and take it in himself. I feel like he's going to have something like that going on, and that's why he's trying to stack the deck against Goku, to ensure Goku, or at least, that universe, or I don't know, I just feel like it's Goku in general here. And it sucks that, maybe they are focusing on Goku, because, you want other characters to get shine in this arc, but you gotta feel like Goku's power is gonna be one big thing. Like, look at the reaction the gods had. I feel like that Grand Priest, just because he knows Goku as well from GodTube and, knowing about the previous tournament and the fight he got against Hit, I feel like Goku's on Grand Priest's radar, and probably a few other fighters as well, and something's going to happen where he's able to either take their powers or absorb them, and that's how this Universal Survival Tournament is going to end, but also turn into something else. I feel like Grand Priest maybe is trying to get his powers to the point, because I already think the Angels are somewhat above Zeno, and not even in the sense of power, but just the fact that when universes are destroyed, the Angels aren't destroyed with them. They just come back and they're not destroyed. There's something where he can't destroy the Angels, or something with that. So I feel like Grand Priest, once we figure out his backstory a bit more, we're going to see maybe he's got the power at least maybe to surpass Zeno at some point, and that's probably his end goal, or at least to have the power to maybe absorb Zeno. I don't know, I feel like there's going to be something with Grand Priest being able to take powers, and his end goal is to attain enough power to where he can absorb Zeno or take his power and then make it his own, and that way control the multiverse. That's what I feel is coming with Dragon Ball Super for right now. I do have some other theories about what may happen between the gods during all this, like with the tournament coming up and all this, and what they say is going to be, because it seems like the gods are a bit more ticked off. Like, you saw how they thought it was so unfair, the Supreme Kai, how they said it was so unfair and it was just not right how everything's decided on such a basic, a fight, just a battle royal, something that you can't really, there's no control over really. So I feel like, in the spoilers for future episodes did come out, I will do a video on that soon. I feel like they're definitely going to try to maybe come up with some type of second round, or something to prolong the tournament, or at least add something more to it, something that's going to spark the Grand Priest and Zeno's interest, and maybe create a second round between the gods, something like that. I feel like that might be something. That's just a mini prediction, I don't know. I feel like that may be coming though, with the description for episode, I believe 85 it was. So there you guys have it. My name is Legendary Z. That was my review for the rules of the tournament, what I think they mean and what I think is to come. So with that, all I want to do is say, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you want to stick around, and also comment too. Don't forget to let me know what you think about my theory. What theories do you guys have? What have you guys been thinking? Do you think my theory works? Do you think it's trash? Let me know. As always, stay lit, stay legendary, and I will see you guys for the next video. Peace.